Hi there, and welcome to Sip, Spill, and Sob. I'm Jeannie.
And I'm Kiki, and this week on Sip, Spill, and Solve, we're starting off with a citrusy twist. Meet the Lemon Juice Burglars, the criminals who thought a pantry staple could turn them invisible. Spoiler alert, it didn't.
And after that zesty disaster, we dive into one of the most baffling cold cases out there, the disappearance of Maura Murray. Twists, turns, and more questions than answers.
That's right, so grab your glass, take a sip, and settle in, because we've got a mix of dumb and downright chilling criminals this week. So, guess what?
What?
You should know by now, if you're a regular podcast listener of ours, that our odd episodes are more sober than our even episodes. So This is episode 12, so you do the math.
Dear Lord, here we go again. So how are you today?
I'm good.
Are you good?
Yeah. My
Good.
daughter just got Kelsey just got a puppy.
Lemon, how old's the puppy?
I think I want to say just a little over 8 weeks. It is so cute. I think, I can't even say it. I think it's a Bichon poodle, a B-doodle. That's not right. Bitch doodle? Beach doodle? Some kind of doodle.
Bitch.
It's a bitch doodle. I don't even know. That's what I do. I was like, bitch, you're doodling.
She's adorable. Lemon, is that her name?
Yeah, her name is Lemon, and they're going to call her Lemmy. So I get to see her after we get done with this
Oh my
podcast.
gosh.
I know. It's a grandpuppy.
Yeah, which are some of the best, I will say.
This is true. There's a lot positive about a grandpuppy.
Yes.
So, anyway, we know your love of our true crime and questionable wine choices, but we're just shaking things up.
Yes,
We are.
Literally, we're shaking and stirring because starting now, we want you to be part of our brand new segment.
Yep, called
Cocktail Confessions.
Here's how it works. So you're going to send us your favorite cocktail recipe. The weirder, wilder, or more dangerously delicious, the better.
Yes. And we'll make it. We're going to make it. And we're going to taste it on the show and give it our complete, unqualified review.
And of course, we'll give you a shout out.
Yes.
So everyone knows who to blame if we can't feel our faces by the end of the episode. Now, I may be sleeping over at Jeannie's house.
Yes.
And if you wish to remain anonymous, you may remain anonymous.
Definitely.
But anyway.
And we're going to save, we also came up with this idea that we're going to save all the recipes for future Sip, Spill, and Solve cocktail confessions into a cookbook.
Woohoo! Because why stop at bad decisions when you can make them look pretty in print?
So send your drink creations to sipspillandsolve@gmail.com.
Yeah, DMS. I'm sorry, on
No,
Instagram.
go, yeah.
You can write them on lipstick on a mirror and then mail it. Maybe not that one.
Cocktail confessions, where the only thing stiffer than the drinks might be our competition.
That's awesome.
To start off,
Yeah. What did you make for us today?
this I call my beach drink because this was with the girls last year that we went to the beach, and then we also had it again this year. It's so simple to make and so easy. And all it is it's lemonade and blueberry vodka and then blueberries. And
That's easy.
it's so easy and it's so refreshing this time of year.
It's really yummy.
Yeah, so
It's
my
really
beach
yummy.
girls, thank you so much. But Kiki loves it.
I do.
And also, I had made this when I got the recipe last year. And you know how a lot of cocktails are more like daiquiris and foo-foo, what I call foo-foo.
Yeah.
Like a lot of men don't care for the foo-foo drink.
Right. Yeah.
This is one of those that my husband loves, my son. It's
Oh.
very, so
Yeah.
it's kind of like a man. It can be.
Right. It encompasses all the genders.
All the genders.
Yes. Yes. Well, that's pretty cool. I
Yeah.
wonder, you know what? I wonder if you would like freeze the lemonade and lemon in ice cubes.
Oh, you could. Well, or I've done blueberries.
Oh, the blueberries and ice cubes.
Yeah.
That would be yummy too.
Yes. And then my one girlfriend, she added like mint or basil. Very good.
Oh, that would be
very
really
good.
I'm
Yeah.
a big fan of cocktails with basil.
Okay. So there you go.
So,
So this will be our first drink we'll add to their cocktails or whatever.
Our recipe book. So you can get, excited about that. I just think it'll be fun. And we're going to, be asking you. We're calling it Cocktail Confessions.
Yeah.
So it's not only your cocktail. Exactly. But how did you act? Did you do anything stupid after that? After drinking said cocktail?
One of these days, Kiki and I will share
the cocktail that puts us
over the
edge. I definitely have one. Yeah. No,
I do. Yeah. Or the cocktail we no longer drink because it's put us
right. If we're smart. But and that's questionable. But do you know what I find?
What?
I find drinks like that, it's like having a baby. You tend to forget the pain until the next time you have it. So you're just with the drink I'm going to talk about, my friend would be like, oh, would you like me to make you blah, blah, blah.
Uh-huh.
And then me forgetting that blah, blah, blah puts me under it. I'm like, sure, I love this. One of my favorite drinks. And then I'm in it. And then I remember it's like the pain of childbirth. Why did I do this? It's so stupid.
Why? Oh my gosh.
So we'll share that maybe next week.
We will. And I know one of our friends, mutual friends, Linda, who, come on, she is, I have gotten so many cocktails from her. So I know she
has some good ones.
Yes, she does have some good ones.
And we have a good beach one too.
Yes, we do.
So anyway, they don't have to be, well, at this point, not seasonal, but we're going to, we're going to ask you for seasonal cocktail recipes. And we're going to, I think maybe next time, I don't know. We'll put that on Facebook. Yeah. But it would be nice to have, we want to put together a little Christmas type of a little Christmas cocktail book. So if you want to share a seasonal recipe, like a holiday.
Let's do holiday.
Okay, holiday cocktail. There you go. Holiday cocktail. Now that can include Halloween.
It could now because Halloween, you keep drinking all the way through Christmas.
It starts, early and often. So exactly. So please, we're excited about it, and we'll be sharing some more information on that. And so anyway, so now what are we going to be talking about?
Okay, well, welcome back, and we are talking about wine, and what the hell?
Yeah, okay, that is our next segment. I got so excited about this new segment, I almost forgot the old segment.
Yes, and this one is really called the Lemon Juice Burglars.
Not burglar. It's not burglar.
What is it?
Burglar.
Oh, burglars. Burglar.
We just had this conversation before we started, and I said, you always say burglar. And there's no it's burglar. Burglar. It's just, you just can't say, next time I'm not even going to say anything. I'll just let you just say it. I'm going to go with it.
Yes, because it's also my dialect.
Burglar.
It's,
but you're not from Hanover. I can't even blame it on Hanover.
It's a Maryland thing. That's right.
Okay, so this segment is going to feature one of the dumbest criminals we've ever heard of. It's the infamous Lemon Juice Burglar.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, lemon juice on the face.
Okay. And if you're wondering why on earth someone would smear lemon juice all over their face before committing a crime, well, this guy thought it would make him invisible to security cameras.
Oh my. His logic was that lemon juice can be used as invisible ink. So naturally, he thought it would also make him invisible. He's the invisible man.
Okay, so he's creative, but absolutely ridiculous. It didn't work. Let's say spoiler alert for this. I'm sure.
The cameras caught him crystal clear, and when the police arrested him, he was genuinely confused.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Is he from Florida?
I didn't say that because I was cutting too much on people.
We'll have to look that up.
So, it's the case like this that remind us criminals should test their theories before committing felonies.
Or, just not commit felonies.
Well, that would be a good start.
But stick around, because after this, we're diving into our Uncorked Mystery segment, where we are going to explore the baffling disappearance of Maura Murray. And this one's been haunting true crime followers for years.
Yes. And if we've got thoughts. So pour yourself another glass, whatever you're drinking, and let's get into it. Yes.
So, but okay, so this is probably going to be a two-parter for us, only because this case, the disappearance of Maura Murray, I had not heard of it, which is shocking.
Yeah.
As much as I love true crime, and maybe I have in years past and just kind of forgot about it. But this crime happened, interestingly enough, like 5 days after Facebook launched.
Wow.
So this, in effect, was the first crime that like hit social media, and that then armchair sleuths were able to, like us, follow the case, give their input, and evidently it's been kind of like a shit show and of people being crazy about this case.
Wow.
Right. So we think there's so much information and misinformation that we feel like it's going to be a two-parter.
Yeah, I think we should do a two-parter because we also have some updates that happened, a little, not a lot of recent, but relatively recent.
Within the last year.
Yeah. So I'd say
so we're going to do a two-parter. So anyway, so we will, a background, like a recap.
Yeah.
In case you don't know this. So in February of 2004, 21-year-old nursing student Maura Murray vanished after a single car accident on Route 112 in Haverhill, New Hampshire.
Okay.
Witnesses saw her standing outside her black Saturn, and one neighbor briefly spoke with her. When police arrived minutes later, Maura was gone. So we can just even stop there and go back, maybe.
Let's do that.
A little bit about Maura. I know what I wanted to say before we even start. And you guys probably know this, but I just thought it might be good for us to recap the fact that we look at different social media, Jean and I, and so we don't really discuss it until we're here in front of the microphone. So if we're like, well, I heard, and then I heard, it's because we're listening to different things.
Yes.
And then we come together and we're like, kind of comparing notes with you guys.
Yeah. Very rarely do we compare until we're in front of it.
It's just maybe we should. And I'll be like, no, that's not true. Or Jean will be like, I didn't hear that. So that's where we're coming with that. It's not that we have not researched these things.
Yes.
It's just that we try. I just think it makes for a better podcast because
I do too.
Yeah. So because we can just bounce things off of each other and that type of thing. So anyway, a little disclaimer about that. But so. Anyway, so you want to start on
yes. Well, she was a nursing student at the
UMass.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And she actually had started her career at West Point.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Her sister, who she was very close to, had graduated from West Point. But then into it, Maura decided it wasn't for her, which happened.
Well, she didn't really decide it wasn't for her. Okay, here we go. Okay. So I watched a documentary.
Yes.
I would highly recommend. It's just called the Disappearance of Maura Murray.
Yes.
And it is by, I think Oxygen did it originally.
Yeah.
I watched it on Peacock. I highly recommend it for everybody. But it was Maggie Freeling and Art Roderick.
Okay.
So they were investigative journalists. Art is a retired federal marshal.
Okay.
And he was involved in helping solve a lot of different cases. And so it's very, very good. But what happened was Maura, we don't know why. So she had a lovely upbringing, evidently, but her parents were divorced.
Yes, they were.
But she was on the track team. She was like an overachiever, and she wanted to get into West Point. Uh-huh. That was her goal. And so anyway, so she made it in. They were at Fort Knox for some reason. And she stole, I think it was a bottle of nail polish and a lipstick, I want to say.
Yeah.
Is that what? Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
From Fort Knox.
Yeah.
Right. From the shopping inside Fort Knox. You don't do that. So
not if you're a West Point cadet.
I mean, seriously. And so she got into a fair amount of trouble with that. And so I believe it was either they were going to expel her or she could drop out.
Uh-huh.
So she chose to drop out, and then she went to UMass.
Okay.
Where?
Now that is interesting because I did hear she had sold some things, but going back, she knew if she was a West Point graduate, you should, or not a West Point student, you shouldn't. So was it
self-sabotage?
Yeah. That's a thought.
Yeah. because spoiler alert, she was making some very questionable decisions.
Yeah.
So then she gets to UMass and then.
Yes. And she's in the nursing program and so far going along, except your typical college,
Mm-hmm.
And so then, the night before
She had gotten in trouble with the police at UMass because she was using other people's credit card numbers to order pizza, of all things. Did you hear that?
No, I did not hear that.
Yeah. So they did a sting operation because they didn't know. They knew it was like it's coming from a certain dorm, these pizza deliveries. So they had a police officer or somebody follow the delivery guy in, and then she came down and signed for it, and then they caught her.
So she had a lot more issues
than you thought.
Than what their podcast I was hearing. I was hearing she was a nursing student.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is
a lot. And she was she didn't have a whole lot of friends, and she drank a lot.
Well, that I knew. Yeah.
Her car was not doing well. Like, she needed a new car. And so her dad was coming up. They also live in New Hampshire, to help her buy another car. And he had just gotten a new car, like a Toyota, I think it was, or a Subaru. I think it was a Toyota. Anyway, but they couldn't find a car that was for the price that they had, of the money that they had.
Mm-hmm.
And so he went back to his hotel. She wanted to go to a party and she borrowed her dad's car. She wrecked her dad's car. Mm-hmm. So she was drinking and driving, wrecked the car. But interestingly enough, they did not do a breathalyzer test on her or anything like that. So, she had to face her dad, tell him that she wrecked a brand new car. They weren't a family that had a whole lot of money. So that was, a deal. They subsequently found out that the insurance was going to cover it. But she didn't know that at the time. So I think that was the night before.
Right. And then I had heard that her dad had bought the alcohol for her.
I didn't.
That I heard that for that, which surprised me because I'm like, why would he buy it? Well, maybe because of money. Maybe she was tight on money.
Probably because I think she was of age.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like she was underage. So, I mean, he may have. But anyway, so she goes to this party. She wrecks the car after the party. And her dad needs her to fill out these forms or get these forms from the police for the insurance. I think it was like an accident report and then some forms that they had to fill out so that they could be reimbursed for the repairs.
Okay.
Type of thing. So anyway, so then the next day, her dad goes home. And then
home?
He goes home.
Okay.
Well, let me think about this because
I thought he was at the hotel.
Yeah, he had business somewhere else. So he had to go somewhere for business, I believe it was. Like, he was kind of like working. I'm not sure exactly what he was doing, but are you going to talk about the phone call? Is that what you're going to say?
No.
You want me to do this podcast by myself? I'm kidding. Because I feel like I'm just like hogging the conversation. So I think this was, Sam, the alcohol's hit me, this vodka, whatever. So before the party, I believe it was after the party. She works as security. She helps out in security at the cop.
Right.
And so she got a phone call from her sister that upset her to the point where she was like sobbing and she couldn't kind of get a grip. And so her supervisor asked her what was wrong, and all that she could make out was my sister. And so evidently what we know now is that her sister had an alcohol problem and had been in rehab.
Yeah.
And when her husband picked her up from rehab, he drove directly to a liquor store.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so then she started drinking again. So it was, she was very upset about that. Because I guess she'd gotten extremely depressed before when her sister had these problems before.
Right. Who she was close to.
She was very close to her. And her name is Kathleen, if I didn't say that. And so you had that. Then she wrecked the car. And then the next day, for whatever reason, she packs up. Well, she turns in her homework, which is interesting.
And she sends emails to her teachers, which says there was a death in the family, but there actually wasn't a death in the family. No. So that
she would
red flags.
A week off.
Yeah. But that right there. Yeah. So she kind of prepared for the leaving of it.
Right. So she packed, they said, now different. Okay, there's a guy, his name's James Renner. So he has done this deep, deep dive into his name of his book is called True Crime Addict.
Yeah.
How I Lost Myself in the Mysterious Disappearance of Maura Murray.
Yeah.
Now he has a lot of his theories. Like he was able to get a lot more documents than previously people had access to.
Right.
You know, he had written this really in-depth book. So he said that she had packed up her dorm room, right? And then she took, I forget how many things, and loaded her car. She stopped for alcohol. She bought
more alcohol, tons of alcohol.
A lot of alcohol. She drained her bank account. We should say that. And there was footage of the ATM of her that the police were refusing to release. We'll get into that. Anyway, so she went to the ATM and she had $280 in the bank. Took $280. And then she did stop at the police station and pick up those forms. And then she had clothes, she had shampoo, like things you would need if you're going to go on a trip. She leaves and she heads towards where?
Well, it was a place in New Hampshire that they used to go to when they were younger.
Right. It seems like.
Yes. Right. Yes. That's it. And that's at least by what the sister had said.
Mm-hmm.
But she didn't have reservations at any place.
Right. She had called.
Yes.
There was some records of her calling, like I think 2 different places, but she never made a reservation at either of those 2 places.
Yeah.
The exit that she got off of.
Yes. In a car that wasn't
functioning well.
Right. Let's just say that it wasn't the most reliable car.
Well, we had, if you watch the documentary, they recreated what was wrong with her car. They got the exact model car, had a expert mechanic take it apart and see how it would be running. And it was not good. it really wasn't good. So, anyway, so she's driving. I forget how long it took her to get to a certain spot. Anyway, so she has another accident.
Yes. Not a bad one though.
Bad enough but it's bad enough that the airbags went.
Yeah, she was shaken,
right?
As a witness says, but she wasn't hurt,
right?
So
exactly.
that's
exactly. Evidently, so there's like kind of like I want to say like a trifecta of neighbors. So she's in the White Mountains, which is extremely remote area
in February.
Yes, and no cell phone reception, like none. So I've heard that like when they say leave work and have to travel that road home, they call their like loved ones before they get on the road. It's because there's no cell phone and say, I'm headed home,
right.
Did you have that
beyond? Yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to do a little digression here because I just thought of something. I used to travel a remote road to work and I would lose cell phone. Same thing. So cell phone reception completely in this one certain area. But I always took solace in the fact that up on the hill, I could see like all these lights and I was sure there was a Walmart up there. And I'm like, okay, so if something happened, I could always go to Walmart. Right. Well, one time I was a little concerned about something with my car. I pull off to go up in there. And guess what it was?
What?
The little Pentagon. It was the little, so if something happens in the United States that, declares, whatever.
Yeah.
Like nuclear or whatever.
Yeah.
The little Pentagon is where they take the president and the vice president. And it's like this underground fortress.
Oh, yeah.
You know where I mean? Like outside Emmitsburg.
They have the underground tunnel going all the way from DC to up here.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I tried to pull off there and then there's all these barricades and I'm like, come on, like I could have gotten in so much trouble for even trying to for one thing. But then I'm like, okay. So then, obviously then somebody would have eyes on me if I was, you know what I mean? If I was stuck, I'm sure there's cameras and stuff everywhere, but it just cracked me out because I just thought it was Walmart.
Oh my gosh.
And that's why you had no cell phone signal either.
Oh my gosh.
Because of that being a government security place. Anyway, I digress. But I know what it's like to travel a road and not have cell phone coverage like every day. Like it's very scary.
It's very scary.
So anyway, Butch Atwood is a school bus driver. He lives in that like kind of trifecta of neighbors. So there's like 3 of them. I think it's like the Westmores, the Westwoods, and the Atwoods, and then there's another house. And he pulls up, sees her, offers her assistance.
Yes.
She says, I've already called AAA, which he knows is a lie because she can't get any supplements.
Right.
So the theory is that she was drunk or had been drinking and did not want to get, if she got caught by the police one more time, then everything was going to go on her record.
Yeah.
And she and her dad even discussed what to do in case she would pass a policeman and she was drunk driving. Which was, funny enough, put a tea towel in your exhaust pipe. I don't even know why. Don't ask me that.
I thought because
I'm too tipsy.
No, I thought they did that because it helped with the muffler or it helped the motor or something like that.
Yes, it was
that's what the father recommended.
Yeah. Well, maybe so she wouldn't get pulled over because of her car.
Yes,
perhaps, and not drunk driving, but just because of her car being like
right.
Sometimes I don't know how their inspections work. They're like Pennsylvania. There's pain in the butt. Like if your cars drive like that, you might get pulled over.
Yeah.
But so anyway, so he offers her help, and then she says she called AAA. He knows that's a lie, so he goes and he calls the police.
Yes.
Right?
And she's left at the car, at the scene, at her car.
Yes. And
what time was this? It was in the evening, though, wasn't it?
It was dark. It was dark.
Because
in wintertime, it gets dark at what?
And especially in the mountains or wherever. Yeah. Whatever. So, but it was dark is what I'm trying to.
Right. Now, there wasn't one eyewitness. Her name's Karen McKenna. And she just recently came forward. Like probably, I think in 2017, maybe, they were able to get her for an interview because she was on that road that night. And when she passed the accident, she saw a police car with the number 001 on the back of the car, like nose to nose with Maura's car.
Okay.
But she saw nobody, no people there. But she assumed, she had no cell phone coverage. She knew there's nothing she could do to help, which is why she didn't stop. She's like, the police are there. What can I do? So she just went home. She just went on her merry way.
Okay.
But according to police reports, the police did not arrive until a few minutes after that, which is very suspicious.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. There's no mention of this 001, this crew, whoever was in that cruiser. Okay, so there's that.
Okay.
Little tidbit. So all the neighbors had like eyes on her. And I think it's like maybe 7 minutes later or whatever. It was like a period of 7 minutes.
Right.
And then she's completely just gone.
She's gone. Yeah. And no police car.
Nope. And so it just, then the police did arrive on the scene, from what I understand. They did look for her. But there was no, like, they thought maybe she was drunk and she ran off into the snow, died of hypothermia.
But I thought they didn't see footprints, too.
But there was no footprints.
Yeah.
Right. So that, there's that. There's like, it was 2 feet of snow. So there would be definitely.
You would think there would be some type of footprints.
Even sure there would be.
Yeah.
Because people say, one of the theories is that she was suicidal.
Yes.
That she didn't want to live, she had too much pressure on her from her parents. And she did have a boyfriend his name was Bill Goss. And they had met at West Point, and he was stationed across the country.
In Oklahoma, wasn't he? Yeah.
Right. And I guess he was very controlling.
Okay.
Type of a person. So he was a suspect until they realized that he was how many miles away. It couldn't have been him. Because they always look at the boyfriend first.
Sure.
Sure. So that relationship, she found out that he was cheating on her. Or she suspected that he was cheating on her. So she was going to be breaking up with him. I think she it was weird because she had a few phone calls with him. Only got like voicemail.
Okay.
But made sure to talk to him. It was just weird. He's out of the picture. They just have no idea. Like she went.
They don't even know where she was headed to, really.
Right.
I mean, they're not even sure where and what she had planned, because obviously she wanted to be gone with sending emails to her teacher. Like she didn't want people to look for her or
immediately.
Yes. Right.
And she did turn in her homework assignment as well.
Yes.
As well.
So she planned
wherever she was going, she had a plan.
Yeah.
So, and some people did another theory. Okay. The suicide theory didn't make a whole lot of sense because she had, she wasn't that desperate of a girl. She had bulimia as well. Did you know that?
I did.
Yeah. So she definitely had her issues. We don't know exactly what was going on, but they don't think that she was like that. It doesn't make sense if you put all the pieces together that she was suicidal. She was headed somewhere.
Yeah.
Right. And then another theory was that she was pregnant. and she did not want this Bill to be able to have anything to do with the baby. But he was like, what, hundreds of miles away, so that she wasn't running from him.
Right.
So, but.
And I think a lot of times, because I didn't hear she was pregnant, and I think a lot of times, especially with young women, they question her pregnancy, and I'm just like,
it's
wait,
irritating.
Thank you.
But she was Googling, how does drinking affect a fetus?
Yeah.
That type of thing. However, she was in maternity and nursing.
Yeah.
Like that. And so one of her classmates said that
she could have.
They were supposed to be Googling that.
Right. That's something she has done probably for classes or a report or something like that. So, yeah.
So that's kind of a male thing, I think, to assume a woman's pregnant. She's desperate. She's running away. And,
she's, that.
Plus, like, when was the last time she was with Bill? I mean, I don't know.
That's what, with him being in Oklahoma, and I don't know. Maybe we should find that out for the next show. But I don't think it was a recent.
Right.
I don't know.
Now, they did bring in, like, there was an extensive search. And they did bring in, like, cadaver dogs.
Yeah.
They lost the scent on the road, like, just a few, not even 100 yards up. So it seems like she got in a car.
Now, whether it was a car that she knew.
Right. Or she just needed to get away from the police.
Or it could have been a police officer or someone dressed up as a police officer where she felt safe to go.
I don't think you would necessarily get in a car with a stranger.
Probably,
would you?
No, not a young girl. But if you have someone who's even dressed up as a police officer, unfortunately,
I never thought about that.
Right away, you think, oh, I'm safe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm safe, and
right. There was also, I don't know if you heard about this, but there was, I want to say 3 men, or I don't know how old they were, that would drive that route. They worked at the Loon Ski Resort.
Okay.
That was the route that they drove to work, and they never showed up for work that night. And so there's suspicion that it was these 3 boys. They picked her up.
And you would probably be, as a 21-year-old, more accepting of 3, it's sad to say, more accepting of 3 younger teenagers offering to help you.
Right. And like I said, thinking that that's a serial killer, and then maybe things just got out of control. I don't know. So that's another theory.
And then another theory is she just walked away.
Right. Started a new life.
Yeah. Because I thought one of my podcasts said she had been researching like hiking in the wilderness or mountain climbing or something like that, which there was a book or something which.
Well, she was an avid hiker. Like she and her dad and her sister, like they were avid hikers.
Yeah.
So that wouldn't be shocking.
No, but it could be something though again.
Right. I mean, it's just, so many unanswered questions. What was the other one I was going to tell you about? Well, I know okay, my first thought, I'm just, we're totally unqualified.
We're unqualified.
Is I don't trust that school bus driver. And I don't know why. Now, that would really not make any sense because unless she got in the bus.
Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe he's like lying about stuff. I don't know. And we'll touch on some things in the update around that. But unfortunately, he passed away like 3 years after her disappearance. So they can't speak with him anymore.
Right.
But I just got a weird feeling about that. And I don't know why.
Yeah.
They say so many people who live in those remote areas have a reason to hide sometimes or like want to be left alone. They're like more like hermits. And there was a serial killer loose.
Yeah.
At the time. What's this mean? I don't know. I'll find it. For next conversation.
Our next, because also I think we should touch on it. It doesn't sound like she had a lot of variables that may have made her not so stable. A lot of pressure on her that unfortunately may just want to
just get away,
disappear.
Yeah. I mean, like James Renner said that in his book that there had been sightings of her in Canada, but the documentary disproved some of those sightings where they showed like a aged picture and it wasn't who they remember seeing, that type of thing. And then her mom was very ill. Like her mom had cancer. I believe like 5 years after she disappeared, her mom passed away. And it just didn't seem like something that she would not come back for her mom's funeral, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just
it's so many.
Yes. And I wasn't planning on getting like as involved in it. Like, I'm like, oh, why are people so obsessed about this case?
Yeah.
But the more you get into it, the more you're like,
Yes.
this is a solvable case.
It's so close to being, I think
Yes,
it is.
yes. And the police have been very sketchy, like withholding a lot of evidence. It's like from Fred, her dad, who deserves to know these things.
Oh my gosh. And actually, I think, and from what I'm hearing, Fred, the dad, led a lot of search parties. He was like a pit bull when it came to a lot of this.
His daughter, like you watch the documentary, you can just see how much, how broken he is over this, and it's just it's one of those things like the police are like, well, we can't reveal certain, whatever. Well, it's been like how many years?
Oh my gosh! Well,
right since 13, more than that, almost 20, right?
2004.
It is over 20.
Yeah, didn't she? Didn't she have other brothers and sisters too?
Mm-hmm.
Now
she had a stepbrother.
Are they active in anything?
Her sister started a podcast.
Her one sister, but besides the sister, are the.
I'm not exactly sure. I mean, I can't answer that.
Okay.
Yeah. The one brother,
I haven't been hearing anything from.
Yeah. But of course they're so broken up over this, and they know her better than anyone. And they said she would not have, killed herself or anything like that. So, I'm definitely thinking foul play but I'm just not exactly sure. The theory is she was driving in tandem. Other people were going up there and she was driving in tandem. And then somebody who she was going with picked her up. And then they had nefarious plans. Maybe she was just going up with one other person. I mean, we don't know.
We don't know.
Mm-hmm. But somebody knows.
Yes.
Like, somebody knows. Like her friends. She has one friend. Her name is Kate, who has not to talk to anybody in the media or, anything. They think she knows something, but she's just not saying. Why would you do that? Why would you not share any information you have? Because you're protecting somebody. This is what I think.
Yeah. It sounds like that. I mean, we are talking 20 some years.
Yeah. What, 21?
Yeah.
I hate to think about that. But yeah, it's true. So, she'd be 42.
Yeah.
It's just, anyway, it's all these cases are sad, but this one is one where you feel like it could be solvable. And if the police are covering something up, I don't know what.
Yeah.
And anyway, there's so much I want to say, but it's going to be in our next episode. You have to listen.
Yes, tune in next time.
Yes, exactly. and look at for us on Facebook, Sip Spill Solve.
Yes,
on
and
Facebook.
don't forget Cocktail Confession.
Oh yeah, Cocktail Confessions. We'll be so excited if you guys send recipes. Like we'll make them. We might even make them like live. We could do that.
We could do that.
And we'll be like, shake it like Polaroid picture, whatever.
Or even if you all have a good wine. I mean,
yeah.
We're not giving up wine.
We're not
going to
continue.
Wine. No,
we love wine.
We want.
But we're having a hard time coming to an agreement on wine.
Yeah.
Because she likes the sweet, I like the dry, and it's fine.
Yeah.
But but we do agree on a lot of cocktails.
We do. This is a good one. So
so too. So anyway, and then look for our merchandise. We will put a link in the show notes, and then also you can find a link on our Facebook and Instagram accounts.
Yes.
And I forgot to say this. If you go on our merchandise site, you can sign up for our newsletter.
Oh, that's right.
We're going to start a newsletter.
Yes, we are.
So that'll be fun too.
A lot of things happening.
A lot of things happen here at Sip, Spill, and Solve. And we love you guys. Thanks for listening.